But my AI aha moment came from my thinking a lot about this study. I asked Claude to help me design some randomized control trials for legal diagnosis and for legal decision making. I'm actually designing two different randomized control trials. I don't have any intention of running them myself right now, but I have had a lot of people ask me, what are some things we could be doing? People on law school faculties, and also, curious lawyers for ways in which they could contribute to this conversation that's going to be moving the legal profession, I think in such a productive way. And so designing these randomized controlled trials has been kind of fun. And Claude is just an excellent partner. And not only has Claude helped me think about all of the ways in which you would design the study and the ways to do it ethically. I then I then had Claude sort of evaluating between the two different models, which one could be done more efficiently and which one would probably grow confidence in whatever the results turned up, sort of more substantively. And so it's been really fun. I'm going to try out these ideas on some friends on law faculties in the coming weeks, and I'd love to get some of these underway. I think this is a great project for law schools trying to figure out what all this means, and I'm not aware of anyone doing it, so it's been kind of fun to build them. How about you? Did you have a fun one this week?
I did. And it was a little bit unnerving, I guess, but very cool. I was trying to create a script and take some of the presentation content that I've been delivering to law firms over the last year and convert it to a different form so that I had it codified somewhere. And I was taking screenshots of slides that I've been using and uploading the screenshots to ChatGPT 4.0. And I gave it a little bit of context. I said, this is from a presentation about the law firm business model. And I think I used the phrase take a stab. And as I was writing it, I was like, I wonder if it will know what take a stab means. I said, can you take a stab at drafting a script of what this is? And the picture on the slide was just a triangle that said partners and then of counsel and then associates at the bottom. And I think on the other side, it said apprenticeship model. And it generated this whole script that is almost exactly what I say in presentations. And it talked about the background of the traditional law firm business model. And it's based on a leveraged labor model where junior associates generate revenue through billable hours and the partners own the firm and enjoy the benefits of that revenue. And then it incorporated what an apprenticeship-based model means. And it was completely spot on. And so then I kept adding, more and more slides because I was trying to get a script for the whole thing. And on almost every slide with very little information, but a little bit of background, it got maybe 90% of the content right. And the adjustments I was making were really minor, nuanced adjustments that just related to the topics that I wanted to cover that wouldn't have been obvious. So that was a magical moment to me.
Yeah, I mean, what's so exciting about that is, I mean, the obvious like time saved, right? Being able to start with a 90% finished product, so you're just taking it from almost finished to all the way finished. But as you know, like the next step is once you're satisfied with it, feeding it back into the model as a full script and saying, can you think of places where there are additional topics I should be addressing, or what some questions our audience members would have about each of these points that I make? I mean, it can be such a great thought partner in iterating the next edition of the amazing Jen Leonard presentation, which is an amazing presentation.
Oh my gosh, that's way too kind of you. But yes, like totally. And saying, I deliver presentations to lawyers who tend to be a very skeptical audience. So poke holes in some of the things that I'm saying here and then help me come up with, assertions to counter those or respond to those or incorporate, the things that I think are worthwhile into the presentation. And then for lawyers, I've been talking with lots of lawyers and law firms lately who are really starting to use GPT technology for their own marketing and business development and uploading, if they've had a successful outcome in litigation, uploading some of the publicly available records of the case and articles and saying, like, draft a post that I can use and distribute to my clients as a client alert. And it just saves so much time and has such a huge benefit to things like that. So very cool.
Yeah. Time and creativity, right? Or those are, I feel like over and over again, it's the time and the creativity that feels so valuable to me in whatever the use case is.
Thank you for tuning in to 2030 Vision, AI and the Future of Law. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our podcast and leave a review. Stay informed and inspired as we continue to explore the AI-driven future of the legal profession. We'll see you next time.